went to see the little brat of the Gojo clan, who'd been born with the 6th eye. Never before or after that had anyone ever noticed me. Something's off. Yet the freshly awakened wielder of the Limitless technique was right before my eyes. He was probably the strongest jujutsu sorcerer of the modern age. I wanted to reject him. I wanted to bring him to his knees. I wanted to take down the pinnacle of the jujutsu world in the Zenin clan that rejected me. I twisted myself into knots for so long, all to try justifying my life. But that was the moment I truly lost. Chosen to live without respecting yourself, or anyone else for that matter. Do you have any last words that you would like to say? Not really. From now, my kid will be sold off to the Zenin clan. Do what you will with that.
Alright, welcome back. This is my final last update to my Ancestral Smasher Titan build. Gonna quickly start with the gear, because this video is already too long. Nothing drastically changed here. The weapons are still the same. Rings are still the same. Armor is basically the same. I did make changes with the rune here to have more area effect. Basically, yeah, the equipment, like in previous videos, are literally the same. Nothing significantly changed. And also added a, I think it was a soul core with added physical damage to attacks. Help boost up some of the damage I do. I did take these ones off to demonstrate on one boss that you don't need all these stuff, even if you have like 2 bad weapons, one-handers. I was using just one, and without this gem and without this jewel and this weapon, I was still doing massive damage. I actually do have a footage. I'll run it now. So yeah, as you saw in the video, you don't need 20 divines to buy yourself those stuff. Like weapons, yeah, that's your main source of damage, but the gem and the jewel, you don't need that. That's both of them cost like 20 divines. You don't need them. And also, this is the final last update build, as I did every single content in the game possible. I did the Uber, Arbiter, T Xesht, other things. The only thing I didn't do is Simulacrum. I'm currently at 6 points. So this build, if you plan to run Simulacrum, I highly recommend to change to something like a Deadeye or even a Monk, as on the 14th wave or even 13th, I was starting to just lack damage and tankiness. I have to definitely invest more into armor, like even my armor chest. It's not nothing special, it's 1700. I could easily get an armor piece with 3000, and that would significantly boost my armor up to about 40k. Gloves is the same thing, I could opt for like 600, 700. Boots are quite decent, but still, I could take this character even much further, having even more damage. These weapons are 400 DPS. They are nothing too special. If you look at the market, go down here to find one-handed mace there, and then you scroll down to attack level, and you put in 4 surge. The highest DPS one is 619. That's 25 divines for this weapon. My weapons, bought them on the second day of the league, would costed less than 1 divine. So I could take this character even much to higher lengths. Same thing with the armor piece. Or the armor. If you want to search just armor, you put a 1 into invasion max and energy shield also, and then you have every single armor piece. So even with the armor, I can get 3100 with chaos resistance, life regeneration. This one has cold and even strength. This one is quite good, has 37, 22 divine. So I could get this character even much further with tankiness and damage. Just I don't feel that there's a big point to that, as I'm tanky enough. I do have quite a lot of damage, so I think on a budget this character is perfect. So nothing significantly changed about the gear, just the runes. My skill gems, I still use to swap these around when I'm bossing. So basically when I'm bossing, I put the Atelier Bloodletting gem into Earth Shatter. I have Blood Rage 3, so we stack up faster rage and gives 15% more attack speed. Fissures, basically just doubles our damage on Earth Shatter. More attack speed, and Aftershocks even much further doubles our damage, as Aftershocks do the same amount of damage of the skill ability Slam you use. For mapping, I just put this back onto Leap Slam to have more damage. I have area of effect, momentum every 2 meters, 40% more damage. So that's basically every single Leap Slam, 40% more damage. I got Rage 3 also to generate Rage to have more damage and to have faster Leap Slam animation, which, well, it is handy because you do Leap Slam faster and then you generate the Rage much faster. And of course Aftershocks. Forge Hammer, nothing changed, it's the same thing. Fist of War, like I said in my second video, because I made a big mistake with this one, because it does say Ancestral Boost has double effect of supported skills. And on my first video, I don't know why, but I said that this boosts every single other gem piece on this. It doesn't. What this one does, it boosts this effect, Ancestral. So instead of 30% more damage and 25 increased area, it has 60% damage, and 50% increase area. And then I have fire penetration, ignores completely fire resistance on any single target. Concentrated ground for more damage. Ambrosia. Why Ambrosia? Because it has the highest damage potential, as it consumes charges from your flask. On top of that, once placed, it does shock the enemy, where enemies shocked take 20% increased damage. So the better mana flask you have, just like my one, it has 127 charges, the more damage you're gonna have from this single gem. And then I have Elemental Armament 2. Simple stuff, increases your elemental damage to attacks. Still kept Seismic Cry, forgot to take it out. I use instead of Inferno Cry to explode the fissures and the Forge Hammer. So nothing too special here, just cooldown recovery, Raging Cry to generate more rage, and to have a chance to not consume an empowered attack. On my Berserk, this one has changed, as I have quite a lot of spirits, I put some accuracy rating, as I noticed while mapping that sometimes my Leap Slam doesn't do damage. And why it doesn't do damage? Turned out that in 2 meters I have 95% chance to hit. While without this I'm at 89, so it does help a bit. Not too special, but it's always something. And then I have Vitality on my Berserk and Cannibalism to just get back as much HP possible. Herald of Ash, Magnified Area to have more area effect. Compressed Duration, this basically makes it that instead of the Ignite being 3 seconds of duration, it's 2. I have another Vitality 2 on this one, and a Fire Mastery, so the Herald just does a bit more damage. Right, so the passive skill tree, nothing changed here except this part. I've taken out a couple notes here from these attack speed notes. I went down here to take these ones. Why? Notice on Xesht that he does have a chilling effect that makes my attacks much slower. This does help quite a bit. And also on top of that, we have even more reduced slowing potency and 15% increased attack speed if I have been hit recently. So just more attack speed and more damage. And basically the passive tree is literally the same. Other than that, I have changed nothing here. So yeah, that will be it for the build. If you want to take this build even much further, go for it. I think it's worth it. You could take this build even to 4000 HP and literally just one-shot bosses and tank every single hit in the game. For my future plans, I'm thinking to either make a new character. It's gonna be again Titan, or just stay with this one, as I'm thinking to make a Hollow Palm scaling build with attack speed and accuracy. But I'm gonna have to do a bit more digging with that, as I'm not a genius with plan building and anything. I'm just a guy, just literally plays the game and uses skills that he likes. And I do prefer simple gameplay than instead of, on my leveling, this character had to, Leap Slam, Bone Shatter, and that was quite a pain in my ass. I like just basic stuff, using one single button, just like for bossing, one single button. I'm simple, I'm lazy. So that's the future plan, what I have, to make a Hollow Palm Titan build. So have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.